Right now, at this very moment, you're probably worried about something you can't control. Maybe it's what someone thinks of you. Maybe it's whether you'll get that job. Maybe it's what happened yesterday, or what might happen tomorrow. Here's the brutal truth. You're wasting your life on things that were never yours to control in the first place. But there's a solution. It's ancient, it's simple, and it will fundamentally change how you experience stress, anxiety, and pain. This is the dichotomy of control, the single most important concept in Stoicism. 2,000 years ago, a man named Epictetus, born a slave, tortured by his master, broken in body but never in spirit, discovered something that would save his sanity. Not everything is in your power. His master twisted his leg. Epictetus calmly said, "You'll break it." The master broke it. Epictetus said, "I told you so." He didn't curse. He didn't rage. Why? Because Epictetus had already accepted what was and wasn't his to control. His master controlled his body, but his body was never his real concern. His mind, his values, his character, those were untouchable. This realization made him the most mentally free man in Rome. And you can access the exact same power right now. The dichotomy of control isn't just philosophy. It's a map for sanity in a chaotic world. Imagine two circles. Everything in the first circle is in your control. Everything in the second circle is not. Your inner circle contains your thoughts, your effort, your judgments, your desires, your intentions, and your character. These are yours, completely. No one can take them. No circumstance can steal them unless you let it. The outer circle, everything outside your direct control, contains other people's opinions, your reputation, money, health, your body, outcomes, results, and circumstances. These are not yours, not completely. You can influence them, but you don't control them. Most people have this backwards. They obsess over the outer circle and neglect the inner circle. You stress about whether someone likes you, outer circle. You worry about whether you'll get the promotion, outer circle. You agonize about whether your date went well, outer circle. You sleep poorly over whether you'll be healthy next year, outer circle. Meanwhile, you neglect what's actually in your power. You don't work on your character, inner circle. You don't examine your beliefs, inner circle. You don't practice your values, inner circle. You don't strengthen your mind, inner circle. This is backwards, and it's why you're anxious. Here's what changes when you truly understand the dichotomy. You stop wasting energy on what you can't control, and you pour everything into what you can. You can't control whether people like you, but you can control whether you're honest, kind, and genuine. You can't control whether you get the job, but you can control the quality of your preparation and the integrity of your effort. You can't control whether you stay healthy forever, but you can control whether you exercise, eat well, and accept what comes with equanimity. When you invert your focus, your entire emotional life changes. You're no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You're no longer a prisoner to other people's judgments. You're free. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man on earth. He was the Roman emperor. He commanded legions. He had wealth beyond imagination. And yet, his personal journals, the ones we now call meditations, show a man obsessed with one thing, keeping his focus on what he controlled. He faced constant threats, betrayal from his generals, plague spreading through his empire, barbarian invasions on the frontier, political enemies in Rome itself. Any of these could have consumed him with worry. Instead, listen to what he wrote. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He didn't obsess over whether the barbarians would invade. He couldn't control that. Instead, he focused on controlling his response, his strategy, his effort, and his character as a leader. When plague struck Rome, he couldn't control the disease, but he could control how he responded, with compassion, action, and courage. When generals betrayed him, he couldn't control their disloyalty, but he could control his own integrity and his response. This is why Marcus never cracked under pressure. His mind was unshakable because it was anchored to something immovable, his own power of choice. Even as the most powerful man in Rome, Marcus understood that power is an illusion if it's based on controlling external things. Real power, the power that matters, is internal. It's the power to choose your response. It's the power to maintain your character. It's the power to align your will with reason. And this power is available to you right now, regardless of your circumstances. Let's get practical. You're anxious about a relationship. Your partner is distant. You can't control whether they love you. You can't control whether they stay. You can't control their feelings or their choices. So stop trying. What can you control? You can control whether you're present with them. You can control your honesty and vulnerability. You can control your effort to listen and understand. You can control your own emotional stability. When you shift focus from "will they leave me" to "am I being the best partner I can be?", something miraculous happens. Your anxiety drops because you're no longer hostage to their mood. And paradoxically, your relationship usually improves because you're showing up authentically instead of desperately. You're stressed about money. You might lose your job. The economy is uncertain. You can't control any of that. So stop burning mental energy on it. What can you control? You can control how hard you work. You can control whether you're developing new skills. You can control your spending. You can control whether you build financial literacy. You can control your attitude toward money, seeing it as a tool, not as your self-worth. When you focus here, you feel powerful. You feel agency. You feel like you're doing what's actually in your power to do. And paradoxically, people who do this usually end up in better financial positions because they're actually taking intelligent action instead of just worrying. You're anxious about your health. You're afraid of aging. You're terrified of disease. You can't control your genes. You can't control whether illness strikes. You can't control your lifespan. So release that. What can you control? You can control whether you exercise. You can control what you eat. You can control whether you practice stress management. You can control whether you get medical checkups. You can control your attitude toward aging and mortality. Acceptance rather than denial. When you focus here, you feel calm. You feel like you're doing what matters. And you probably end up healthier because you're taking the right actions for the right reasons. Here's what I want you to do. Take your biggest source of stress or anxiety right now. The thing that wakes you up at 3 a.m., the thing you obsess about. Write it down. Now, draw 2 columns on a piece of paper. Label one "in my control" and one "not in my control." Get specific. If your stress is "will I get the promotion?", put "will I get the promotion?" in the "not in my control" column. Now list what is in your control: your preparation, the quality of your work, your attitude, your effort, your integrity in how you conduct yourself, your follow-up, your skill development. Write all of that in the "in my control" column. Now here's the key. Redirect all your mental energy, all your effort, all your focus to what's in the "in my control" column. Let go of everything else. Not with apathy, with active acceptance. Say it out loud. I cannot control whether I get the promotion. What I can control is the quality of my work and effort. That's where my focus goes. Feel the weight lift. This simple exercise has transformed countless people because it redirects your finite mental energy towards something productive. You are no longer wasting yourself on things outside your power. The Stoics weren't pessimists. They weren't telling you to give up or stop caring about outcomes. Marcus Aurelius cared deeply about his empire. Epictetus cared deeply about his students. They cared about results. But they understood that obsessing over results is the wrong lever. The right lever is always effort, intention, character, and values. The things fully in your control. When you pull that lever, when you focus your entire being on what you can actually control, you become unshakable. You become free. You're no longer a puppet on strings held by circumstance, other people, or chance. You become the author of your own experience. This is why the dichotomy of control is the foundation of Stoicism. Master this one concept, and everything else becomes clear. Master this, and you'll never waste another moment of emotional energy on things you can't control. Master this, and you'll finally experience the mental freedom you've been searching for.